Have you wondered how our body communicates with each organ? Why is it that when we are hot our legs move us toward any shade, or when we smell a cake we are pleased to taste it? The one behind this is our nervous system. The brain communicates with the rest of the body through electrical currents called nerve impulses, which work like mails that the neurons send and receive in regions called synapses. The neurons are the most important cells in the nervous system. There are different types and they are placed all over the body. Neuron seems like a seed with roots around it. The nucleus is inside the soma or cell body. The ramifications are called dendrites, and the thinner one is the axon, which is covered with strand cell, a non-conductor material, and the spaces without the cell are known as Ranvier nodes. These allow impulses to travel faster without wasting much energy. To understand how these electrical currents are formed and are transmitted to other neurons in the synapses, I have to explain four concepts. Polarization. It is a distribution of charges separated by an insulating material. The neuron's membrane has different elements: sodium, potassium, chlorine, and proteins that make the neuron interior more negative than the exterior. The membrane also has channels that let the elements get out or in the membrane. Despolarization. When the membrane's interior becomes more positive than the exterior, a stimulus, like a burn, opens sodium channels and let in the sodium particles from the membrane's exterior. The positive charges will lead an electrical current or nerve impulse. Hyperpolarization. When the membrane interior becomes more negative than how it used to be, potassium channels open and potassium abandons the membrane's interior. This is how the membrane tries to return to its first stage. The polarization changes almost all the time, and the neuron balances with the sodium-potassium pump, combined with other causes like other channels. We can find electric synapses, where the current passes directly to the postsynaptic cell, or chemical synapses, which starts when a stimulus creates a nerve impulse or message that jumps through all the axons to the dendrites and arrives to the synapse. This is the place where there are vesicles full of neurotransmitters. These work as the messengers between both neurons. There are excitatory and inhibitory neurotransmitters. The despolarization in the dendrites open calcium channels and make the vesicles fuse with the membrane and release the neurotransmitters. When they get to the postsynaptic cell, they may lay on a receptor or active a second messenger who would do the same job of opening positive or negative ions channels. If positive ions pass, the despolarization increases and produces an excitatory stimulation called excitatory postsynaptic potential, EPSP, which let the nerve impulse message continue. On the other hand, if negative ions pass, the cell hyperbolizes and produces an inhibitory stimulation called inhibitory postsynaptic potential, IPSP, and will extinguish the nerve impulse. Neurotransmitters may also close the channels, avoiding the entrance of the electrical impulse to the postsynaptic cell. A neuron has between 10,000 and 50,000 synapses, which produce excitatory or inhibitory postsynaptic potentials. The soma will work as a calculator, and the one with more quantity will inhibit or excite the neuron, and will continue the transmission of the nerve impulse.